Now, I'm surprised I have to even make this video, but it has to be said because no one is actually saying it. They're saying it, but they're saying it from their perspective on like Xbox or Sony or da-da-da. Now, I'm gonna hit on both communities. I'm gonna hit on all three communities, including PC communities, because I feel it needs to be said. Because this community is starting to get really, really, I don't know what the word is for it, but it's just not cool, okay? So anyway, now what is my #1 peeve in the gaming community? It's fanboyism. Yes, I said it. Fanboyism is my #1 peeve. This includes pro Xbox channels. This includes pro Sony channels. Because all pro channels do is perpetuate the hate between the two systems. They just perpetuate the hate between the two systems. And you know what? I don't really mind pro Nintendo channels because Nintendo people are not really involved in this. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say that, but they're not anywhere to be found. Like, Nintendo fans are probably I have to commend Nintendo fans because they are cool as shit. They are cool as shit right now. I'm not saying they are always cool as shit, but right now they're cool as shit. But anyway, it still perpetuates the war between all the consoles and PC. Like, you always hear that. PC Power Race. You hear Sony Pony. You hear Sony Apologist. You hear Xbot. These are all names that people are creating for each other, right? Now, back in the 90s, you never had that. If you didn't own a system, you would go over to a friend's house and play that system, whether it was Sega, whether it was Nintendo, whether it was PlayStation, whether it was Xbox. You never had this hate before. But the influx of money goes into YouTube, and now you have this hate. You have this huge amount of hate. I'm appalled by the fact that they acted the way they did with Rise of the Tomb Raider. Why am I appalled? Because no game should make you give out death threats. No game should make you give out rape threats. I mean, they really got on the developers of the game. Yes, what Microsoft did was shitty. And that's the second one, okay? That's the second one that they have stolen from Sony this year. So expect more. I expect Final Fantasy, possibly Kingdom Hearts, possibly a lot of different things that Microsoft is going to pay for, I guarantee it, to try to sell their system. That's just the way that it is. But Sony fans need to realize what they did was wrong. I do not condone their actions, nor would I recommend their actions for anybody at all. Now, on the Microsoft side, I do not condone the way you attack Sony gamers. I do not condone the fact that you guys, when Bungie left, decided to put all your anger and frustration out on Bungie. Without knowing the particulars of that deal, which rumors have been circulating around that Bungie was actually fired by Microsoft. Or let go by Microsoft because they didn't want to work on another Halo game. Now, do I know that's true? No, I don't know. I don't know if it's true. But don't act like you guys are in the clear. In fact, Xbox fans are quick to say Sony Pony before a Sony fan is quick to say Xbox. So though you might not attack the developers as aggressively, you do attack the other Sony players very aggressively. And you attack your developers pretty aggressively. So don't act like you're the innocent victims in all this and your fans are the best fans in the world, because that's not true. The best fans in the world right now are Nintendo fans. And even though some Nintendo fans can get unruly, most of their community handles that shit, okay? But it's these channels that are perpetuating this. It's these channels that are perpetuating the hate between the two consoles. Do I have any hate towards Xbox fans? Absolutely not. Do I have any hate towards Sony fans? Absolutely not. Nintendo fans? Absolutely not. PC fans? Absolutely not. But when you start getting assholes, and that's exactly what they are, assholes coming in and saying PC Master Race and Sony Ponies and Xbox, Sony Apologists and Xbots and I'm seeing all these fucking names, dude, and it's gaming. We're all part of the same community. So stop perpetuating that bullshit. Stop even talking about the fighting between the two if you're going to perpetuate it on your fucking show. If you're going to perpetuate it, don't talk about it. Don't talk about how unruly Sony's fans are. If you're a pro Xbox channel, that is talking shit about Sony fans and Sony merchandise and Sony this and Sony that. Do not talk shit about Sony people if you own a pro Xbox channel and then say that Sony fans are fucking horrible. Okay, my brother, he sells video games, right? Here's a perfect example of fanboyism at its finest. So my brother, as a part-time job, sells video games in a gaming store. Now, he had a customer come in with his girlfriend. All good, you know, everything's fine. And then it turned out to be not so fine. Let me explain to you what happened. So the guy is all Xbox. Xbox this, Xbox that, Microsoft this, Microsoft that, which is fine. Whatever you enjoy, you enjoy. That's fine. But then his girlfriend chimes in, I actually want a PS3 so that I can get this game, that game, this game, that game. You know what he turned around and said to her? Do you want me to break up with you? Is what he turned around and said to her. What system is important enough to you to break up with your girlfriend because she doesn't like the same gaming system as you? Or that she wants a different one than you? That is fucking insane, okay? And that's not just Xbox fans, that's Sony fans too. This is where the fanboyism has gotten out of control. This is fanboyism at its finest. Is that station that powerful that you would break up with your girlfriend, that you would send death threats, that you would say, you know, and like I said, this was an Xbox fan, okay, saying he was going to break up with his girlfriend because she didn't want the same system as him. That's bullshit. That's absolute bullshit. Alright, so in conclusion, what does this mean? Well, it's quite simple. Pro Xbox channels, pro Sony channels, pro channels of any kind, any sort, that are only biased towards a certain system are not good for gaming. It sucks that we're part of a community that would perpetuate this bullshit, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's all bullshit. But you got people who build their whole channels around this. They want to talk about Sony gamers, and they want to talk about Sony people, but they build their whole channel perpetuating the bullshit. You've got people calling Sony gamers Sony ponies, console players, console peasants. I mean, the list goes on and on and on and on. What gets me is when you have channels that'll bring this up, but yet they won't talk about their own fans. They won't talk about their own situation. They'll call people Sony ponies right there on their fucking channel. They'll call people Xbox right there on their fucking channel. They'll call people console peasants right there on their fucking channel. And say that Sony fans are the unruly ones. When you're doing the same fucking thing. The same exact thing with your fucking channel. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys happy with the community right now? Are you guys willing to stand up no matter who is talking that bullshit and be the bigger men? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll see you guys on the next Kickshaw angle.